Hi everyone, it's me Lina again. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you a lot for checking my videos out. I hope you're doing fine. So I'm just about to give you some updates. Not really much, I guess, because there wasn't that much happening in my life. But yesterday I actually went to my permanent removal session. And it was my 5th one. For some reason, I thought it was 6th one, and I think I even said something like that in my previous video. After my 4th session, I think I said like that it was my 5th one, which is not true. I don't know why I was counting it like that, but yeah, apparently it was just like it have been just 5th session so far. So I guess it's actually for better. Because obviously less sessions, and there is some result, though it does go very slowly, and I would say that it's gonna take a bit of time for me to properly, get it removed so I could get new ones done. I mention it all the time, but then I don't want to concentrate my attention on it because it doesn't look like there is that much to talk about. I actually mentioned in my previous videos that I suddenly started to have this wish, this idea, or this craving to go to Ukraine for a visit. I just felt like it would be a really nice idea. I really miss my friends, and talking with them on the phone is not the same. Apparently they don't seem to be watching my YouTube videos, and I can understand that they really don't have time. Especially those friends who are actually in Ukraine, they obviously there is war, and I mean my YouTube videos is not something to have in mind. So it's just so difficult to keep it going, and I felt like it would be so nice to actually go visit and talk to them in person. One of my friends I talked to recently, she said that, yeah, come. She was like, yeah, come to Ukraine. She was like, there have been only 5, sirens. These sirens is the right word. Today, so yeah, come. We would go to restaurants and so on, because restaurants are running and everything is going. People try to carry on with their normal life, which I think is understandable, and this is how it should be. So this is what she said. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I did, but probably in some of my really old vlogs from last year. So I actually left Ukraine very suddenly, even though I was planning to move to London because I got married, but before war. So the thing is, it's not how I was meant to come though. I mean, I would probably brought so much more of my stuff and so on, but it's not even that. So when we got married in February, I actually changed my surname to my husband's, but when I came to the city where I'm from, because we actually got married somewhere else in other city, that's because we figured it would be faster, and there was a service, to get married to foreign in faster way. And we actually used that because my husband has really limited holidays per year, and he actually visited me previously. It's a really long story, but the thing is, we actually did it really quickly because we planned to have a reception and other stuff done later. When I returned to the city where I'm from to deal with my documents, I straightforward the next day. So I arrived, and the next day I went to deal with my documents. So I actually gave away my we call it Ukrainian passport, because we have internationals that we use for travels, and we have the ones that we use in Ukraine. And this passport, Ukrainian, let's say, the ones that I use in Ukraine, I actually gave away because I was changing my surname. And it just, remained there because the next day war started. So it's actually a very interesting story and very interesting timeline, I would say. So I had to leave country with my old passport, international, because after I would fix documents or Ukrainian passport, I would have to change surname in international one, but I never did that. So in this country, I use my surname, and all documents are, like that. But in Ukraine, basically, I'm supposed to be using my husband's surname, because I did it when I got married. I changed it, and I was supposed to change other documents. The only reason I didn't, I actually did, I actually started changing my Ukrainian passport, surname in it and details, but war started again. So it's actually very interesting. I figured you might be curious about all these. When you change your surname, or when you get married and you decided that you're gonna change your surname, you're supposed to do it in 1 month, otherwise you get fined, and I think it's like 50,000 hryvnias, that is Ukrainian currency. And obviously there is a war right now, so I doubt that would be the case. I mean, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, but the thing is that I basically still haven't dealt with my documents since like getting married, which is now more than a year. Right, it's way more than a year now. What is it? 1.5 years, I'd say. Yeah, it's interesting, and I'm kind of concerned about all this. I talked to my relatives about this, but I also made some calls, and they told me that I should come and get my passport if I want to, which I guess makes sense, because it's only me who can, take my passport and so on. But the thing is, if I would come to Ukraine to get my Ukrainian passport, I would have to deal with international, and then if I would come here, I would have to change my documents here too, because I would be under other surname. Basically, I'm supposed to be using other surname, but I don't. I was kind of angry about it for a while. I'll show you my fancy outfit, or how I actually put it on even. Actually, I received like some questions from some people recently, like, oh, why are you in UK? It's pretty safe. Where you're from? Well, I'm pretty sure those people forgot that I actually got married, and I was gonna go to London, to live in London for ages, and yeah, in fact, I was gonna move to London before we got married, like when we got engaged. I forgot to mention, my eyebrows probably look pretty bad, and I tried to make my makeup all around them, kinda, so it doesn't look too horrible, but I feel like it's still, they still do look pretty bad. So, I mean, it is what it is. They'll be healing for maybe a week, maybe even 10 days. So, yeah, don't mind them.
I think that is big creatively, and so my job is to put kerosene on the bonfire. Things that
Mr. Conway felt that I should listen this, but in struggling, of course, that was
Being crushed by the chocolate cartel.
So sit back and relax.
Hey guys, as always on my walk, as you can see, and today I'd like to show you something so special, something I was so excited about, and it is a little, I would say, device. I'm trying to get it out of my bag. Look at this. So it's called Ashley, a personal alarm. When I realized that there is such thing, I was like, yeah, this is something I'd like to have, and this is something I need. Well, I actually had a bad experience with people following me and stalking. Actually, it even happened here in London last spring. There was this guy who kept stalking me. I feel like he lives nearby too, which is, you know, something that is quite scary. So I noticed that he would start following me at certain, like, you know, area, and I just stopped going there, to be fair. And yeah, eventually it just stopped, but it was pretty creepy. Maybe now I can smile about it and perhaps even laugh, but back then it was pretty scary. Although it wasn't the first time when I experienced something like that. So honestly, it can be pretty scary and I would say traumatic, actually, to be fair. Is it traumatic in English or traumatizing? I'm not sure, but I hope you understand what I mean. Wow, this bench is a bit messy, isn't it? It does make me feel safe, you know? Yes, there are dogs in the park, so yeah, nothing unusual. Anyways, it looks cute too, to be fair, and it comes in different colors. Even though it just looks like, you know, some sort of accessorize, it really can be something that can help a lot, something that will make you feel secure and, yeah, actually empowered, perhaps. I actually picked it in this blue color. Actually, the color name, I think, is Aqua. And I really want to try it today. Like, to try it as, not actually try it, but rather test it. So we can hear how loud it can, you know, be. So basically this item is supposed to help you if someone actually attacks you. It's supposed to make lots of noise and there are gonna be like flashing lights and so on. So I really want to put it to test, at least to see how it works and so on. I'm gonna do it later today, I think, somewhere where there are less people, so no one, you know, can say that, you know, they went deaf or anything. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find such spot. I kind of, you know this park quite well now. I go here like so often. And also, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily about attack. Sometimes there are just people who keep harassing you. And I don't necessarily think that this scene is gonna help you with that, because honestly, I mean, sometimes it's better not to even get in conversations like with people who are, you know, acting bizarre or are just creepy. But it definitely can help if you just want to draw attention to a situation. I don't want to talk about my, you know, bad experiences with people, but it did happen before, not only here in London, but in other places. in my home country. Some people can be really, the thing is, I have a short temper, so let's just put it this way. Ages ago, I would just do something, I wouldn't just stand there. I wouldn't even just listen to someone, saying something I don't like. To be fair, it's even worse because someone can be even crazier, who knows? Sometimes it's just difficult to say how they're gonna react. And it's better, now I realize it's better sometimes not to respond. When I was younger, it would be difficult for me. Like, I would be like, what is this, I'm not like that anymore. I try to okay, I shouldn't be even saying anything. Just, walk away. And this is what I would say is the right thing to do if it's not, over the top yet, at least, or at that moment, at that particular moment. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't encourage you to try to stop someone who's just, being, well, basically rude, let's say, or something like that. I think this device will help you to distract the person who's attacking you, and I think it can actually save your life. It's pretty loud and it's kind of like also difficult to understand what it actually is, so it's pretty cool. Also, it perhaps would draw attention of other people if there are other people. So yeah, and even if it's like evening and the streets are empty still, it's pretty loud. People might think, that it's some sort of, other type of things they would check perhaps. I don't know. I feel like it really makes sense.